right, we're going to give it just a second while all of our features connect. Coffee with the Maries is live this morning across YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Riverside right here. Welcome for this week's current events. So
Welcome.
I just want to make it clear because I know y'all are used to seeing me all pretty and done up. I'm not doing that for Coffee with the Maries, y'all. It's 7 a.m.
Yeah,
We're going to
it's
drink
early.
coffee. So if you see us all here, half alive, it's because we're here for y'all. We want to make sure we keep y'all updated with the most current events. And we got a full roster for y'all today, so we're going to jump right into it.
Right. I got my tea today.
Oh, tea. Oh, that's a good idea. When we have really juicy stuff to tell people, we're going to tell people it's tea with the Maries instead of coffee.
Tea. I have my tea today. You know why I got tea? Because I'm doing my little morning fasting, so I got my herbal tea.
Okay. I have mushroom coffee with lots of creamer.
I need to try that. I keep forgetting. I need to write that down. I need to put that on my calendar. Order mushroom coffee.
I just started trying a new kind, only because I really like. Everybody doesn't like the taste of Everyday Dose, and I do.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the taste of it. So the fact that nobody else does makes me go, maybe there's even better tasting coffees. So
Right.
I ordered my last mushroom coffee off of Amazon, and I'm going to try that one. It's a different brand, all the same ingredients, except this one has also has lion's mane in it to help with energy and focus. So we're going to see because
I need to try that too. You need to send me that link on Amazon.
I will. I'm so excited to try. I haven't opened it yet because I only open one coffee at a time. Y'all, we have 4 different coffees to choose from by my coffee machine at all times. So you got your regular pod, you got your mushroom coffee. We got some coffee when we went out of the country, so we got some of that coffee.
So those coffees come in little pods.
The mushroom coffee?
Mm-hmm.
No, the mushroom coffee, more or less, like you heat up really hot water like you do with your tea, and then you put like a spoon of it into it and mix it in. And then you add whatever you'd add to your coffee.
Like hot chocolate.
Yes. I wish it tastes as good as hot chocolate.
Oh no. Put some honey in it.
So, and that's another thing we got when we were out of the country. We got some Republic of Dominican honey.
Ooh, raw honey?
Yes. So, and it's 2 different kinds.
To get some more honey. I love the raw honey that y'all have up there in the mountains.
Oh yeah, listen, y'all. If y'all ever need to order some honey, do it from Blue Ridge Honey Company. They are like the best. I mean, when you go out there to the store, the bees are there. Like you go out to the store there, and everything's just there. Like it's literally on site. They even sell bees by the individual. It's kind of strange. Like, I've kind of always wanted a pet bee. Let me just grab a few.
Oh no.
But no, because
I don't
there's
want
so
the
many.
bee. I just want the honey.
It's because there's so many bee farmers out here, and because there's so many farms out here and stuff. They sell bees all the time because a lot of these farms have their own little bee stands or bee boxes. I don't know exactly what bee things are called. I don't have bees.
No,
my dog would eat them.
I would kill them all. So there's no need for me. I'm allergic, so I'm gonna be plucking them out there.
Listen, your whole family is, man. It's so weird to me. Like all of y'all are just allergic to bees. I'm not allergic. I just don't like to be stung because it hurts.
It does really hurts. Yeah, I guess you can tell that's why we're related. It's like, what's your family feature? We're allergic to bees. We all got bee allergies. That's how I know we're related. You're my king coke.
That's how I know you're really my brother.
Yeah.
You see, you can't be adopted.
Yeah, we all had the bee allergy, like my father. That's how we know we got the same father, because we all got bee allergies.
Listen, it was your father getting stung. Like when I met your brother and I was there, it was like the third weekend, and your father came home. He had gone to work and then to the emergency room and come home, and he was all swollen up. And he was like, I'm all right. I'm just allergic to bees. And I immediately just looked at your brother and was like, are you allergic to bees? He was like, yeah, we think so. And I was like, what do you mean you think so? He was like, I don't like the doctor. So I should have listened to him then and known that he would never go to a doctor at that point.
Right.
But no, not me. Why would I listen? No.
No, he hates the doctor.
He more than hates the doctor.
If he willingly goes to the doctor, then he's definitely sick. Something is seriously wrong.
The only time he has willingly gone to the doctor with me is he had and I feel horrible about this. I told him this would be a funny story someday. Who would have known it would have been on one of our podcasts? But he thought he had a sinus infection for like weeks. And then, if you have a really bad sinus infection, and he kept saying he can get rid of it himself. But, if you have a really bad sinus infection, it starts to bother your jaw, which makes you think that one of your teeth may hurt.
Mm-hmm. Or you have an ear infection or something.
I took him to the dentist. He would go to the dentist, and they pulled out the tooth that was hurting. Come to find out the whole time, after 3 days of him dealing with that pain, we go to the hospital. Come to find out the whole time, he had a really, really bad sinus infection that he could not get rid of on his own. And he never needed that tooth pulled. I just randomly made him get a tooth pulled out of his head.
So the dentist didn't tell him that the tooth was good? Like they just randomly pulled teeth?
No, so they did say they didn't know why it was hurting so bad. And it did have a cavity. So maybe the cavity had like opened up to the nerve or something. And they asked us, because they were like, we can crown this, but it's going to be like $900 and something, or we can pull it for $2. And so your brother was like, pull it. Like it was way in the back of his mouth, like the tooth right before his wisdom tooth. He was like, pull that bad boy. Well, they pulled it and it did absolutely nothing for how he was feeling. And then when we went to the doctor and found out it was a sinus infection, I was like, I feel horrible, because I kept telling him, okay, my defense, this was right after we had COVID. The first time we had COVID. I was down bad for COVID. He was down bad for COVID. I kept telling him maybe it's lingering effects from COVID. It wasn't, y'all. He had a sinus infection. He didn't need no teeth pulled. It's all my fault, and I feel guilty. But if he would go to the doctor more,
he's gonna be like, "You made me lose the tooth."
Steak all the way.
Remember that time you made me lose my back tooth?
That's going to be what holds us together the rest of our lives, because I stole his tooth.
Y'all going to be 80 arguing over toast, and he's going to be like, well, you took my tooth.
Yeah, I'd be able to eat this if I had that tooth. Okay. I got to remember today's date in case we argue about this in the future. I can tell him, go watch the podcast and tell him, everybody thinks it's funny. Chill out.
Yeah, it is funny. Yes.
All right. So we're going to dive right in, y'all.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell y'all now, I am going to murder these words because I was reading these articles yesterday and I was like, well, I can't say any of these words. So you're going to get the drift, but I know I'm messing these words up. The first thing we're going to start with is NASA. I'm not sure if anybody's paying attention. I got some questions though. So, Osiris Rex mission.
What?
The Osiris Rex mission was a mission where we took this machine, this robot, okay, and we sent it 4 billion miles away because that's something we apparently have the capabilities to do.
Wow.
Because we wanted to land on the Bennu asteroid.
Why?
Because apparently we name asteroids because we wanted pieces of it so that we could study it.
Okay. That's a good idea, I guess.
Well, who knows what NASA's doing with the trillions of dollars we give them every year.
Yeah, apparently pissing it away. Okay, but go ahead.
Right, and all I can think is they're naming asteroids. Do you know how many asteroids there are?
Right. Oh
I
my
wonder if
God.
there's an asteroid named Amanda.
Could be.
Okay. So we send it to the Bennu asteroid. All right. But this last week, when that machine, the machine's been back, they've been taking all the pieces out of it, trying to make discoveries, stuff like that. And everybody's really excited because they finally got the final pieces out of the machine that were stuck between these fasteners.
Mm-hmm.
And what this asteroid has told us, this is what they're saying. This asteroid has taught us that there are signs of water in the asteroid.
Mm.
So this is why your face right now for me is perfect, because I want to know as a whole why we're so excited about this if we supposedly landed on the moon.
Right. Why? Because we run out of stuff to be excited about.
Well, it makes no sense to me. Like, supposedly we've landed on the moon. Supposedly we've been to Mars. Supposedly we know there's water on Mars. Why are we so excited about an asteroid that shows condensation? It's been
Right.
floating around in space. I would imagine it should have some condensation.
Something. I'm mad they got water from 4 billion miles away.
Right. Well, and I want to taste the water. I want to see if it tastes like,
If
like
it's spring.
Dasani or Smart Water.
It probably do taste like Dasani coming from 4 billion miles away.
That's probably where Dasani gets their water, as they drain it from the asteroids.
Probably do. It do taste like it came from some kind of rock.
Listen, and anybody who is not a water drinker, you're going to say, all water tastes the same. No, it doesn't.
It don't.
Dasani is the nastiest water you can
tastes
drink
like
out here.
It's like Dasani went and just got their water out the toilet. It's just
Right, like they just
disgusting.
run it off the top of a dumpster into your bottle. It's so nasty.
It's like, yes, I would not. If somebody hand me Dasani, I'd be like, I'm good.
Now I'll just be dry mouth for the rest of my day.
I keep my cotton mouth until I get home. Like, you keep that Dasani.
I am. We just had a really big storm come through. And so last week I had to go find water. And of course, we only have like 5 stores in the mountains, y'all. So Walmart didn't have any. Ingles didn't have any. Most of our gas stations didn't have any. But all of them had Dasani.
Girl, I had seen, it's so hilarious. I had seen a post on Facebook one day and I about died laughing that, what is the post said? The post was like, when we have one of those storms, you know how when we have bad storms come through, everybody go up to the store and buy up everything because I don't know if they hoarder a lot of food when we got storms for some reason. So I seen a post saying like, okay, we got the storm coming, so for those who want to go up and buy up everything, y'all go buy the Dasani and leave the spring water for us water drinkers, like for our real people. Like,
right.
Yeah. So you're just going to the store just to buy up water because of storm.
Girl,
Go get
I
the
spent
Dasani.
$8 a pack of water and bought Aquafina because I didn't want to buy no Dasani. And y'all, I'm used to my little Great Value, spring water,
My
and
little
it's
Food
okay.
Lion, Nature's Promise spring water is my go-to.
See? So I'm used to paying $3 a case. So seeing that $8, that $8 beat me up, but I was not gonna buy that Dasani for $6. I don't care. I'll spend the extra money. It's disgusting.
I'll spend $2 for a bottle of Fiji before I buy Dasani.
All right, so sorry, I'm gonna move right on, y'all.
Yeah,
because the next one's serious.
Okay.
And the next one is a win for women. in
Gotta
my
put my
opinion.
serious face on.
I didn't bring mine with me this morning, so I hope I can still function. I don't know where my serious face is. So, a win for women in this last week. For those of you paying attention, you already know this. Brittany Watts. Now, who Brittany Watts is she is a lady from up north who miscarried at home, and due to the change in laws up there, was afraid to say anything, as most women are. So she miscarried,
it
and
is crazy.
she ended up flushing the miscarriage down the toilet. Now, any female who has gone through this, which most of us have, knows that a miscarriage is really hard on you emotionally.
It is.
And it does physically hurt, but unless you were really far along, or unless there is something else that you feel happening, there's not a need to go to a doctor if you have a miscarriage unless you need the DNC. But if you're in your first trimester, typically you wouldn't have to have a DNC because your body would take care of what just happened naturally. So she had this miscarriage at home, and she flushed it down the toilet. Well, Miss Brittany Watts was charged with abuse of a corpse after miscarrying and disposing of a non-viable fetus. And what it was is the police in that jurisdiction kind of twisted that to make it what they wanted it to be and charged Miss Watts with it. Well, this week she went before the grand jury, y'all, and they declined. Yep, they declined to indict her. They was like, nope, we are not doing this to this. She has been through enough. And that's the only thing I could say. That jury was not just all women. So there are men out there that agree that some of these laws are absolutely ridiculous. But it's nice to see that when it goes to the grand jury. Right.
But you got to understand, that they should really look at the fact that them laws must be some kind of effed up if they got women out here doing this. Like, if you're
and that's not the law up there. The law up there is not about miscarriages. Like, that law right there would be like if she had the baby and then it died in her care and then she buried it. It's not meant for miscarriages. The police in her area, in her town, decided to use that law because of how it's written. Because it says a non-viable fetus. They were like, oh, that means the baby is not born yet or it couldn't make it. You cannot charge somebody because they had a miscarriage. That makes no sense.
Right.
We can't help that stuff. I just thought it was a big win, and that's why I was like, this is important to tell everybody. But I'm going to tell y'all what.
Yeah, because that shouldn't have been on case law anyway, because that would have been put any woman who have a miscarriage at risk of being charged because they had a miscarriage.
But that's what they're saying the direction of the law is going. And I just want to make it clear for all y'all. I've said it on all my little TikToks. I got your negative test. If any of y'all need a negative test, I got it for you. Because
that's
ain't
gonna
no
be the
way.
new hustle. That's gonna be the new hustle, selling negative tests, because ain't no way you gonna lock
I
me
would
up
never
because
tell a soul I was pregnant.
No, I'm not. You know how
I wouldn't tell a doc. That's going to create really bad pregnancies because people are going to be too afraid to go to their doctor till after the first trimester, because that's when you miscarry the most, is during the first trimester. And if it's documented,
they're going to bring back that old wives' tale, the old superstition where you don't open your mouth about your pregnancy till after the 12th week or after so many weeks, second try. I can't remember how it goes.
Yeah, it's the second trimester.
Your grandmother used to tell you don't tell nobody about it until that's how it's gonna go back to, because people are gonna be too scared to even say I'm pregnant because.
Well, and I'd be too scared even after that. Like you can go full term, and it's no longer called a miscarriage at that point. It's called a stillborn or a stillbirth. But you can go to the final months and your child can still not be viable when they're born.
And
You
you're still
know,
gonna be risk getting charged. That's crazy.
So I just thought it was a really big win for women. It was nice to see that the grand jury's finally, oh, y'all see her cup. It says, I love New York.
Yes, my son gave it to me when he went to New York and he brought me back a cup.
She paid for a plane ticket, the
Yeah, I'm about to say
hotel.
I spent almost a grand to send him to New York on vacation for Christmas, and I came back with a cup. This is what I got for a
That's
grand. I
yep,
love
that's
it.
her
I love it.
$1,000 cup.
I know. I love it.
Big ballin'. So, all right. So we're gonna keep moving on.
Yes, I'm really good about this story. I mean, I feel really good about this story, and I'm glad that they see us all that it wasn't a crime because this would have set us back. We already got to fight just for
Could you
regular
imagine the
stuff.
riots if they had charged her?
Yeah, it's
Because I'd be
crazy.
out there. And
Hmm.
I'm not a huge activist type person, and
Yeah,
it's not
me
even that I'm
neither.
like a big feminist or anything like that, but I believe in my rights as a human. And I
Hmm.
also believe that nobody should tell me what to do with my body.
Right. We should start a
Um,
movement because this is crazy.
um, but I mean, there's other people that are still before the grand jury. So let's see as this progresses in 2024 if
Hmm.
this is the same case across the board.
Right.
So
People should just
we will
stop
probably,
abusing their authorities. That's just
right.
somebody who abusing their authority.
And that's exactly what they said in the grand jury. That company, that department is abusing their power.
Mhm. That's all that
Um,
is. And
so
I'm glad.
our next story is, have you seen what's going on with this Cat Williams thing?
No, I seen his little
Girl,
picture all on Facebook, but I ain't took the time to
okay.
read to figure out what was going
So
on.
Cat Williams did an interview, okay, with the Shay something. I don't know. He did an interview with this guy on this podcast, and it's a very
Mhm.
popular podcast.
Okay.
In that interview, he talked trash about pretty much every single comedian he's ever worked with. And I
Okay.
don't mean just talking trash. He like threw people under the bus. He was talking all kind of mess about Steve Harvey and Cedric the
Really?
Entertainer.
Oh, he said that's what they're gonna be
And
get back from how they treated him. Okay, but go ahead.
um so I was gonna ask you, because we haven't heard a lot about Cat Williams since he supposedly went crazy and beat up that kid.
Mm.
Um
Okay.
so with that whole Cat Williams thing, do you think that like he's really like telling the truth? Like he's up there and he's like, listen, I just want to expose these people and their stuff? Or do you think this is like a way for him to make himself relevant again?
That's a good point. I haven't seen the video. I need to watch the video. I really do to see his demeanor as well, but it could go both ways. But they did Cat Williams wrong a couple years ago with the whole um I don't want to say they did him wrong, but they talked about him in the news pretty really 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 bad. This could be
I
back
mean, but
him
Cat
just
Williams was out there beating up kids.
yeah, he's out there acting crazy and they're just calling him out. So this could be him
Um,
calling it be like a little revenge interview where he calling out everybody on their shit.
See, and that's what, so I've gone really back and forth. And for those of you that don't know, if you look up Cat Williams, he grew up pretty much on the streets. Like he had a family, but he was a hustler. That's who he was. But he is highly, highly, highly intelligent. He's been in advanced classes most of his life. He's someone that went to college a lot young. He was in college
Yeah,
in
you
his
can
teen
tell in his
years.
stand-ups that he's intelligent.
Yeah, he's highly intelligent. And so I think that this was all like a ploy, like a mastermind marketing idea.
Mm.
Because right now, all of a sudden, for the first time in years, Cat Williams is relevant and in everybody's conversation. So
Well,
why
if
not
that's the
call
trick,
everybody out? Because
yeah.
I bet you,
'Cause
sometime this year he launches a stand-up comedy thing.
oh yeah, he probably did. It probably was a publicity stunt, a very
We gonna find out,
successful
y'all.
one.
See, Coffee with the Maries is already on it, y'all. We're gonna find out. We're gonna
Or
figure it
or
out.
if it's not and he's gonna just run with it. Or it could be revenge and he's getting and it's blew up bigger than what he thought and he's just gonna run with
If
it.
he doesn't release something this year, then maybe it is just revenge. Maybe he's just salty. And I'm not saying salty like they didn't do him wrong. Everybody did Cat Williams wrong for a long
He
time.
did. Because he was just speaking his truth.
Right. But a lot of people have done me wrong. I'm not on this podcast talking about my old bosses
No.
or my
See,
old fellow
yeah,
employees.
you can't do that. When people do you wrong, everybody's got done wrong before and the answer is not to go out here and
In
spill
fact,
the beans
Sheena,
on everybody.
when you didn't give me chocolate milk a couple weeks ago, I felt like you was doing me wrong. And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, everybody, you're entitled to your opinions, but it doesn't make it fact. Just because I say Sheena is a horrible person because she won't share her tea with me.
Or you won't share your mushroom
For
coffee.
all I know, that's the last of her tea, and she might need it for something. It might help her sleep or whatever.
Right. So if you was mean and didn't share your coffee, I'm about to go spill the beans on everything I know about you.
Right. And that's how I feel. It's like Cat Williams is all of a sudden like, yo, if I ever knew anything about you, boom, I'm releasing it to the world.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, if you salty, just find another way between not snitching or just spilling the beans on everybody. Like, that don't even make you look good for you to go out here and just tell everybody business. To me, that looks salty on you. Like,
It looks
I think
okay. So everybody says that thing about women talk too much and women gossip more and da da da. Man, that's what they doing right now. It's men. Y'all men do
oh
it.
yeah, men do it worse than women. They just don't own up to it.
Which is crazy to me because, listen, women don't have time to care about all that stuff.
Really don't.
Because after work, we got to clean, we got to cook, we got to find, we got to organize, we got to prepare, we got to prep.
And me, if you want to come and gospel with me, listen, I'll be a listening ear, but I guarantee you, by the time I hang up the phone, I done forgot what you done said. Like, you ain't got to worry about me spreading nothing, because I ain't going to remember.
Yeah, because I don't have time. I don't care.
I got too much going on, and I don't have time to dwell and go spread your business, because I'm over here trying to get my coin. So I ain't worried about spreading your business. I'll be a listening ear, give you advice or whatever you want, when we can talk, have a talk powwow. But I ain't got that's where it's gonna end. Guarantee it.
Every time somebody, and I just want to tell you this because this is like ADHD brain. Every time someone says coin instead of like they're going to get their bag, they're going to get that money, they say coin, my brain goes to Super Mario Brothers where you had to jump up and catch your coins. And I don't know why, but every time someone says it. So just now when you were like, I'm going to get my coin, I imagined a little Sheena jumping up over a little pipe to get her little coin.
Right. That's how you got to work it. Like, that's how hard it is to get it. That's what. Listen.
But, all right, one last quick thing. Sorry, go ahead.
What's that? No, I'm going to say I'll switch it up and be like, I just got to get my bag up. That's how the other way they say it.
Well, that doesn't. I don't know why the coin things makes me think about Super Mario, but it always has. So we actually have two really quick things, and I'm gonna try to fit them in. We only got like 2 minutes left, y'all, but I want to fit these in because they're really cool.
Really cool.
They have discovered a new species of dinosaur.
Really?
I'm not sure how they do. I'm not sure how they do this later in life, and it messes with my brain a little bit. And I get that they have found some bones and stuff like that. But listen, this is why they say it's a new dinosaur. It's a new species that is like the cousin to the T-Rex. Okay, and they know that it's like the cousin to the T-Rex. They're calling it a Tyrannosaurus Macaranius. I told you I was going to mess these words up.
Who is creating these names? That's what I need to sit down and talk to them.
Right? I want to be like, listen, my nephew who is under 5 is obsessed with dinosaurs. Now he's going to have to learn how to say this word. But they're saying that they know it's not a T-Rex because it has a slender jawbone, like smaller than the T-Rex, but it's just like a T-Rex besides that. I'm kind of thinking, what if it was a T-Rex that got beat up a couple of times? Like maybe it had a smaller jawbone, or maybe it had a little bit of
a birth
malnourishment.
defect.
Right. I think it was just another T-Rex, but they're saying it's a new species, y'all. And they're saying that they found the jaw in 1986, but they found the footprints last week.
But if they only got one, even a new species shouldn't have had found like many of them to claim it a new species.
Well, they're saying because the jawbone was found in a different location and this footprint was found somewhere else, that's proof that multiple existed. How do they know? Man, dinosaurs were big.
They're making up shit.
It probably walked from Georgia to Pennsylvania in 3 steps, man. Dinosaurs are not little. I mean, I don't really know. I've never met a dinosaur. I just want to put that out there in case my nephew ever sees this episode. I've never met a dinosaur.
Yeah, like who's the dude that was alive during dinosaurs that came back and said that this is all the information what we gonna pass down about dinosaurs? They making crap up.
Well, and I think we're doing too much dinosaur research. We're gonna end up with another Jurassic Park, and I just said another first Jurassic Park was real or something.
Yeah, we ran out on the Jurassic Park. I hope they don't. I hope they just lay that shit rest.
That's so funny because that is how I feel about like all the scary movies. Like after Scary Movie 1, there should have never been another one.
No, they running out. Like or the Saw, they ran out with that. I stopped watching.
Saw. I watched like the first 2 and then I was over it.
Right.
And the last thing, and the only reason I think that we need to talk about this is because I don't know if this is a real problem or if I have anxiety for no reason. There's a neighborhood in Houston that is currently overrun with aggressive peacocks. And I need to know if this is something that happens on a normal basis in places, because if that's something I need to look for in my house buying process, then I need to know that.
Maybe it's only in Houston. Like, why are they migrating to Houston?
Well, and this is my thing. Like, I know peacocks are really large birds.
Mm-hmm.
But how aggressive are they? Like, are they coming up and, like, fighting you face to face? Because, they're pretty tall. Or are they aggressive, like, they run after you?
Territorial. Are they territorial?
Yeah, so I know that they say that they're territorial, especially if they have, like, eggs.
Yeah, they could be protecting something. And the fact that they're migrating all in Houston, there's a lot of them. So there's a lot of territorial stuff going on.
So I think PETA's about to hate me and probably, like, talk a bunch of trash about me. But, like, why are we not just killing these birds?
Yeah, like why did they or at least capture them and move them out of the one location?
See, and you're so much nicer than me because I'm thinking like, come on, man, just like
you know what? No, I'm actually not, because that was like my first thought. I just actually didn't say it. So you're like, I guess I am nicer because I didn't say it. You actually said it. I was like, why? When you said they were overrun, I was like, why don't we just get a slingshot and start plucking some of them off? But
right.
I really didn't say it. But okay, that was my first thought. And then my second thought was like, there's something going on with Houston while they're migrating all to that one location.
Right. Well, the neighborhood probably, it's word of mouth. Like, he probably called up his other peacock friends through their peacock phone system and was like, hey, man, up here in this Houston neighborhood.
That was really
they land it. But I don't get why we will go to war with other countries because we don't know how to mind our business, but we're going to let the peacocks take over this neighborhood in Houston and do absolutely nothing about it.
Scared to come outside because of the peacocks.
See,
Not
this
because
is
there's
why
like war going on, because they're peacocks.
these people couldn't live down here. Man, we out here in these mountains, we got bears, man.
Man,
And
somebody send
bobcats.
Houston an order of slingshots and
Man, screw that. Somebody from that neighborhood, call these people in the mountains and invite them up for a weekend. I promise you, you ain't gonna have no peacocks left. Because they gonna have peacock soup and peacock whatever. Because, man, we out here, there is no way.
Make sure your gun stores have your shells, your shotgun shells in full supply, and invite people over. They will take care of that peacock problem.
The nicest these people are out here to animals is they get bear-proof trash cans so that they don't have to let the bears get in their trash, so they don't feel obligated to shoot them. But that's as nice as it gets. If you get an animal on your property out here, you shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Are guns illegal in Houston?
That's why I say slingshot. Just in case they are, just a slingshot will take their ass out.
Could you imagine sitting on your porch and slingshotting marbles at peacocks, and one of them bad boys hit them and it doesn't hurt them and they come after you? Especially if they're already aggressive peacocks. Could you imagine being a grown woman out there fist fighting a peacock in your front yard?
Oh God, that's when you have to have a concealed weapons permit to like for self-defense against a peacock. That's gonna be a new law: self-defense against the peacock. My peacock was my aggressor.
All the PTSD that comes from
I'm a victim of a peacock attack.
10 years from now, man, have you and a loved one or a loved one been a victim of the peacock aggression takeover of 2023-2024? If so, you may be entitled to compensation.
Right. There are going to be Facebook groups with peacock support groups. You're going to have awareness. Peacock Awareness Month. Okay, well, that's enough.
The only reason that we are making fun of this is because it makes no sense, y'all. No sense at all. That's like saying, nah, man, I can't go outside because the pigeons took over my yard. What?
Right. Where's animal control? Why is y'all not in there doing something? What is y'all not doing your job?
And
like,
I know that they have
for?
animal control because Houston's animal control used to have a TV show.
Right, like y'all ain't got animal control. Like you get too many cats around your house. Here come animal control. Why is they not doing nothing about peacocks?
It's just blowing my mind because if I walk out front right now and I go to my car and a peacock tries to come fight me, y'all, I'm pulling a trigger.
Right.
Everybody I'm not gonna be afraid of no bird.
Rifle, like 22. Where's all of those hunters? You know, they teach their 9-year-old how to shoot the 22.
Oh, they out here. They all live out here in Georgia,
and they go hunting every Saturday. They need to go take a trip to Houston.
That's why I said Houston needs to go ahead and just invite Georgia up there for the weekend. Just have us, a good little bonfire in that neighborhood. We can burn up the peacocks for all we care. We gonna catch them for you.
No, peacock shoot.
Peacock. Listen,
you know how to do the turkey shoot?
Of it. Yeah.
Yeah, know how to do the turkey shoots. Have a peacock shoot.
So I don't actually know how a turkey shoot works. Have you ever been to one?
No, I'm not that country.
Okay, me either. That's I guess I'm not that country either, but I've heard of them. I've heard people say, "Oh yeah, this weekend I'm going to the turkey shoot," and I just like, "Oh okay." My brain just says is they go out there and they shoot a turkey.
I think they just like release turkeys from the cage and they just shoot the turkeys before they run away. Like,
see, and we've already set up this neighborhood in Houston. We didn't even have to release the peacocks. We already put them there for you. Go catch them.
Right. I think turkey shoot is just like playing duck hunt back in the 90s. Like.
I used to hate duck hunting because I'd be like, I know that I aimed correctly.
I used to love duck hunt.
My gun must be frozen.
When the duck get away, I used to be so mad. Like, you know what? You ain't getting away next time. I used to go ham on it. Click, click, click,
see?
Click, click, click. Go ham on it the next time.
To me, it sounds like they could just fly you out for this. So, okay. If anyone from that Peacock neighborhood is listening to our current event show, reach out to us, over at Coffee with the Maries, and, just fly us up for the weekend. We can handle some of this peacock situation for you. I'll fist fight them. Yeah. I did that. Yeah, I don't really fight. I don't know if you could tell by the fists that I just threw. But I will shoot them for you.
2x4 or a baseball bat. Yes. With that
this would be a great
slugger.
photo shoot. Right. I was like, this could be a great photo shoot, man. That's all I could think. Me and you fighting the peacocks.
We're going in here and regulate, because then nobody else have to know how to regulate. I'm going there and show animal control what to do.
We're going to have to. Somebody's going to have to. I don't understand why these people are just dealing with it. It makes no sense to me. I don't care how big this neighborhood is, but there's no way a bunch of peacocks are going to take it over.
Like the love of
But
peacocks.
I guess we're wrong. I mean, we can't really control what these people do, but this is ridiculous.
Right. It is really ridiculous.
But y'all, that is all the time that we have today for current events. I just wanted to make sure we got it all in there. But we will, of course, we'll see y'all tonight with Yin Yang the podcast, live at 8 p.m. We're going to talk about how to start a small business. So it's many steps. Come with your pen and pad prepared so we can help you get through it. And then we will see y'all next Saturday morning at 7 a.m. with Coffee with the Maries with next week's current events. So
all right.
Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later.
Bye.